Hey everybody, this is your boy, your friend, Matthew Brown, who is the host of the Productive Conversations podcast on all podcasts and platforms and YouTube. And this is the Productive Conversations podcast. It is the 20th of February, 2025. No, it's not 2026. It's February 20th, 2026. And we are going to talk about what was going on in the world across sports, news, entertainment, and culture over the past week. And before we get into that, and before we talk about what all of you were talking about, I just want to remind you to like and subscribe to the Productive Conversations podcast on all podcasts and platforms and YouTube. And don't forget to check out exclusive content regarding the show across all social media platforms. We're on Instagram at Productive Conversations Podcast, X and Twitter at ProdConvoPod. We're on TikTok at Productive Conversations and Facebook at Productive Conversations. So here's another edition of the tweet cap here on Productive Conversations, where we're going to talk about what was trending over the past week. And those joining me to do that is Ryan, Allison, and Jose. It's great to see and hear everybody. Hello.
Nice to see
Hi.
everybody. Hello, hello.
Nice, nice. So, how's everybody's week? Was it smooth? Was it stressful? I was
Uh,
loving the weather for 40-degree weather, feeling great. And something to get used to during the fake spring we usually get here in the Northeast for a couple of weeks and then back to cold.
Well, don't get too used to it because it's supposed to be a blizzard on Sunday.
that's what I heard too. Yeah.
Yeah. Whatever. We'll wait till we cross that bridge. I saw that too, but I'm getting conflicting reports on. I've seen rain. I've seen snow. Um,
It's too warm. I think it's in the 30s. It's supposed to be in the 30s at night, so it conflicting in the sense that if it's in the 30s, it's not going to stick that well.
right.
Right. Yeah.
It's not that I don't believe you. It's just you know what are we doing? I got enough of this. So I'm gonna
It's
just
not
wait
that
till
I
the
don't
day.
believe you. I just don't want it to be true.
1000%. So hopefully if that's the case, we're all safe and secure, and we're gonna make a good weekend out of it. So let's get to it. Let's talk about what was going on in our world across sports, news, entertainment, and culture. All right. Who likes baseball in this chat?
Yeah,
Always.
baseball's good. Yeah.
All right, good. I love baseball. First love for sports, right? And all of that. So baseball, I feel, is on a great era right now. People are into it. Ratings are high. Players are getting popular. They're going to NBC now, so we're and all these new TV deals being made. We are finally getting some legit momentum in the game of baseball. And what could stop it? Well, literally stopping baseball. That is currently on the line. The collective bargaining agreement is coming to an end, and there is a huge gap
Oof.
between the Players Association and the owners. And amongst that, right, we need to talk it out. We need the players and the owners to talk it out, agree to a new deal so there's not a work stoppage. Because it would only be such a baseball thing when they're
Hmm.
finally getting some legit momentum in this world that you actually stop the sport over financial disputes. And the two big things these two sides are arguing about is the idea of a salary cap and salary floor, how much a team can spend versus how much a team the maximum a team can spend or the minimum a team can spend, and it's also the transparency between the revenue of the owners. Major League Baseball is the only league where the owners don't actually tell you how much money they make. Isn't that crazy? So a lot of people think it's a salary cap that's a dispute. What I'm researching and learning is actually the players wanting transparency from their owners. So it's probably going to be a strike because we have a lot of greedy, rich people who don't want to admit how much they're making because I'm sure a lot of people be pretty upset about that, especially for these teams that don't spend shit, but they have the money. But that will be more of a thing we worry about 6 months from now. But right now, right before we have the first negotiations, we have the Players Association president actually step down right before the negotiations begin. Tony Clark, former player, most predominantly with the Padres. He also was a Yankee. He was a Met, all of that. And he quit earlier this week from the job. And there's two reasons why why he resigned. Number one, the boring reason, there's a federal investigation regarding allocating of funds. So they believe that there's evidence that they're using the money and putting it in their pockets. That's what Tony Clark is accused of. At least it hasn't been indicted, but accused of.
Right.
But the more interesting thing, the thing that is going viral, the thing that is creating these conversations is this misconduct because he allegedly had an inappropriate relationship with his sister-in-law, who was hired
Dun
by
dun.
the union 3 years ago, and might be getting those funds. She got paid over $80,000 a year, then $96,000 a year, now $100,000 in year 3. Pretty nasty. And by the way, for the sister-in-law part, it is allegedly Tony Clark's brother's wife that he had this affair with. Out of all the things, all the people in the world, your own family through marriage. I'm not with this fetish of the step brothers and sister people are disgustingly into. I don't know. But shit's haywire. It's so weird, and it looks pretty bad before going into a very important negotiation to keep your goddamn sport around. So if there's anything, go to as many baseball games as you can because it might get nasty. But it's not. But it's nice to see someone take responsibility, I guess, with this new guy, Bruce Mayer, who will be coming into the job. He's the interim head of the PA. So, guys, yeah, Ryan, what was that viral question? I think that's the way we should take this.
Yeah, so I saw a solid question that literally made me think. The question was, this is before it came out as to who this was. Meaning, was it his wife's sister, which is your sister-in-law, or was it your brother's wife, which is also your sister-in-law? So that was the question. Which is worse? If this was his wife's sister or his brother's wife? I want Jose particularly his opinion as to which of those two would have made the story worse. Is it what happened? Like I said, we know now his brother's wife is the answer. That's what this is. So is that the worst case scenario, or is the worst case scenario cheating on your wife with her sister?
It's definitely your brother's wife.
That's the worst. That's the worst one, you think?
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, because you lose your brother and your wife.
Yeah.
Most importantly, your brother. And just say,
True.
You
I don't.
literally-
I
your
mean, if you hate
sister-
your brother,
let-
do
let's
it,
be
I
real.
guess.
Let's be real honest. If that was your wife's sister, I mean,
I
you're
don't hate
gonna
my
lose.
brothers.
You're gonna lose it no matter. You're gonna lose it no matter what. Who gives a shit? But it's your brother's wife. I mean, you're gonna lose both of them. You're gonna lose family. Fuck that. That's the worst.
Yeah.
Interesting. I mean, I think that makes sense. My mind went like in a different direction. I'm not even disagreeing with you, but in my mind, it's like imagine what your wife would. I mean, maybe this is having a wife makes me think of this. I can't even imagine what my wife would say to me if I cheated on her with her family. Like you know, be like,
Yeah.
I married you, but I did
Ryan,
find your
oh
sister
Ryan,
attractive, and I did sleep with her. That to me is like a crazy scenario to even think about.
you worry about
So,
what your wife thinks. What about your whole family when you fucking your brother's sister wife?
so here's my thought about that. I mean, you're right. The reality is, if you do this, the two people are gone, right? And frankly, the two people are gone, as is, you know what I mean? So one, if you are married and you sleep with your brother's sister, you've lost your wife because you cheated on her. You lost your brother, and obviously you're not going to get to keep seeing your brother's ex-wife. So that's three people gone. In the other scenario, your wife and her sister bounce, and that's that, right? So I get the idea of like losing three people versus losing two people, right? But I'm like, I feel like you could maybe convince your brother to come back eventually, give it time. like your blood brother.
Oh Jesus.
But obviously, you're not getting the other people thing.
Oh
Yeah, I
Jesus.
just can't. I don't want to do that. I go to a prostitute at that point. Hit up
Oh
all the
yeah, no,
people.
there's no good reason to do this. It's insanity that he did.
I mean,
But
especially given a job, and I guess they actually moved out from New York to Arizona, where they reopened a brand new office for the PA. Even though it doesn't make any sense to put it there, but that was the case. So it's nasty. It's as nasty as it gets.
it's insane.
Lose scenario. But I don't know. I hope nobody ever does this. Don't need no West Virginia shit going on. Anyways,
Well, they're not related. I do think it's important to
I
say
know
that.
still. I'm still making that clear. Family, no, you should not be snooping with any family member.
I agree. I just wanted, for
Obviously, both blood and through
yeah.
marriage. And one last person to share their thoughts on this is we have another Mad Dog moment. I just would love sharing any chance I could get. Christopher Mad Dog Russo, who we had last week, calling Bad Buddy Bugs Bunny. Well, this is just how
I
he
remember, yeah.
feels about this scenario.
Okay.
This is Dog from his Tuesday show.
Okay.
As this news is breaking now, I was there listening to it, so I thought this at the time, and maybe he cleaned this up yesterday, I'm not sure. But as the Tony Clark sister-in-law news is breaking, I thought a bit of a bizarre take and reaction from Dog.
That it was due to an inappropriate relationship with a sister-in-law who, is in her 50s. What's so inappropriate about that? I don't understand. I mean, this happens all the time, this stuff. I mean, why would that be considered inappropriate? It's his sister-in-law. All right, so it's his brother's wife. I mean, I guess it's inappropriate,
Well,
but
maybe
isn't that a family matter more so than is a union matter?
So
What's he doing in his private life that's not inappropriate?
Where's Cox?
Holy hell. It's not like he was banging his cousin and they had a baby that had a tail. I mean, that would be inappropriate. That would be a problem.
That was quite literally the first thing I thought, Matt.
That was the Boomer and Geo
he's-
show, by the way, at
Yeah.
WFAN.
So that
What
was
was
the
that?
first thing I thought. When I heard that response, I was like, all right, who's he sleeping with? He's not supposed to be sleeping with, because that's the only reason you say that. I'm going full claim right now. And maybe
The
it's not
only reason you say
that's not a big. The only reason you'd be
Oh.
like, oh, how is that inappropriate? Is if you are currently or in the recent past having sex with someone you're not supposed to be having sex with. That is the only way to come to that conclusion.
and
I'm
that's
sorry.
why I laughed at when he said this happens all the time.
I'm sorry. It's like it may be to you, bud. That answer basically to me confirms that he cheated on his partner with somebody that one of them is related to. Because dear God, that's a horrible, horrible take.
Yeah. Apologies, I hope are made. Okay. So we had a big trailer drop on Thursday. I tweeted this myself. This movie, I love this movie in year 1 of my life, year 5 of my life, year 15, year 25, now year 31. The Toy Story franchise has decided to return. And of course, I didn't think it was necessary, as a lot of people are, and as a lot of people agree with me there. But then I see the trailer, which I fortunately cannot play for you all. But I like this take. And by the way, I should tell you, Toy Story 5, the synopsis officially. There's one moment. This will be coming out on June 19th in theaters. And the plot is, after Woody left Bonnie to help abandoned toys find owners, Jessie becomes the leader of Bonnie's room, with Buzz Lightyear as her second in command. However, a now 8-year-old Bonnie has become enamored with her new favorite plaything, a frog-like tablet named Lilypad. So I think this is an amazing response to that. This guy, Matt Walsh, said, I'm generally opposed to milking these franchises dry until they're nothing but shelved husk. But if this movie is going to villainize iPads and scold parents who use screens to babysit their kids, then I wholly support it. This may be the only Part 5 movie that has ever had a valid reason to exist. Spot on.
Is that the Matt Walsh, by the way?
It's called Matt Walsh blog, so maybe. I don't know.
Okay.
I just don't know. But yeah, no reason to have Toy Story 5, but if you really have a commentary on something, and I don't have young kids, I'm not around kids at this point in my life, but all I hear about is how kids now are addicted to tablets and iPads. They don't actually play with toys. I had toys, and it made me into a podcast host and a good one and a stand-up gentleman because I started playing with toys until I went to the Nintendo 64, and then I was fucked after that. But for those first 5 years, I actually had all the Woody and Buzz. I had all the Toy Stories toys myself, and Thomas the Tank Engine train sets, and I was set. So, the idea though of playing with these tablets is so bizarre to me, and it really doesn't develop because we've seen how it brain rots us adults. I can only imagine kids who are just entering life, and if they're already addicted to these things, it will create a bunch of people who aren't going to reach their potential. In other words, people are going to be stupid from the start. So we got to talk about this. And why not have Woody and Buzz do it?
Yeah, I mean, so I agree. Hate that I agree with Matt Walsh, by the way. But my only thing, and this is something that I want to get your take on, everyone. So what is the answer? So we see in the trailer, for those of you who have not seen it, they basically, I don't want to say go to war with the iPad, but they do. They go to war with the iPad, lily pad, that's right. And they have they call in the reinforcements, like the other Buzz Lightyears show up at one point, right? It's a full
The
Avengers
All-Star.
assemble. Right. And so, fine. Love that. But what's going to happen at the end of this movie? Because they certainly aren't going to beat technology, right? I mean, you could just buy
And
a
that
new
was a
iPad.
powerful line from the trailer. What did Woody say? Toys are for
Toys
kids.
toys are for fun, but tech is for everything.
Yep, exactly.
And so I'm like,
that's a great line. Great
it
writing
is,
to start.
and it's why he's not going to like it, because it's not. I don't think it is going to scold parents for
It's going to
iPads.
inspire them.
No, it's not going to inspire them. I think it's going to show what people are losing to the iPad, but I don't think it's going to make the commentary of, and then the toys overcome the iPad, because the toys are not going to overcome the iPad. Jeez, Woody and Buzz Lightyear are frankly more likely to get a second real life and like real kids, like the way we played with the toys, Matt, in a video game form or in some other virtual form than it will as actual action figures or, whatever. Like, so to me, I'm interested to see the story, because this, again, they surely can't beat the iPad overall. They might physically get rid of her iPad, but they won't get rid of all iPads. And so I am curious to see how this movie goes. But I mean, I'm kind of interested.
It's going to be a hit.
Yeah, I'm kind of
good.
interested. I'm surprised, but I am interested.
I'll see it. I don't know if I'll see it during the theater window, but who knows by then. Maybe
Also
I'll see it
him
when they
having
go
a
on
bald
Disney
spot.
Plus.
Him having a bald
Oh
spot.
yeah, I was going to
is-
show you that too. And
Okay.
we
Cool,
have
yeah.
that here, which is honestly what everybody's talking about, the bald spot. And I heard someone say,
Which is
you need a crayon for that.
Really, really funny. I think that's a great bit. To be honest with you, I know other people are probably not gonna like it, but I think that's
Because it is a
hysterical.
reflection that, well, we're all aging, including your
Mhm.
toys. I know somewhere where I live, there is a cardboard box with these toys, and they're going through the same thing right now.
All right, that's actually a question. When you were kids, right? I mean, Jose's older than us, so probably doesn't count for him. Did you
Right.
think it was real? Did you think that they could talk? Because I did. I was
I
convinced
mean,
that they
not
could talk.
necessarily.
Oh, I was.
No, I thought they were toys. I used to. This is true. I used to just. I had old black and white camcorder. I would make movies with my toys. That's what I would do.
I would
show
try to
them.
catch my toys doing the Toy Story. Genuinely.
Mhm.
Like that, which is crazy because I'm not the
What a
conspiracy
development.
guy. Yeah, I'm not the conspiracy guy in this show, but as a kid, I definitely was, and I was convinced that they could talk when I wasn't there, like Woody and Buzz, specifically because of the show. It wasn't an idea I had myself. It was I watched Toy Story and decided that must be true of all my toys. Maybe I just wanted it to be true. It's hard to tell.
Hilarious. I love the Toy Story franchise, but yeah,
It got to be done after this one, surely.
I mean, we said the same exact thing 6 years ago, and they did it
That's
again.
solid
Nobody's
point.
admitting why there's a fifth story, but at least they're at least making the
They made
most
it
of
made
it.
sense. Yeah, they made it made sense.
And I just want to share too, one of my favorite people ever, Conan, is going to be in it. I just want to show you him announcing that he will be playing a toy here,
Oh.
just because.
Conan O'Brien here. I've got big news. I'm going to be in Toy Story 5. Isn't that crazy? Legendary franchise. These films are amazing. I can't believe this. Initially, I wanted the role of Woody. They told me that they already promised that to Tom Hanks. And I was like, you kind of been there, done that. You're in a bit of a rut, don't you think? And they said, no, it's Tom Hanks, it's his role. So I said, okay, how about Buzz Lightyear? And they were like, and I said, let me guess, Tim Allen. And they're like, yeah, Tim Allen. And I went, guys, you got to think outside the box. But anyway, then they showed me this new character, Smarty Pants. It's the best character of them all. I far prefer this character. I don't even want to play Woody or Buzz anymore, even if they beg me. I'm Smarty Pants. I love this. Toy Story 5. It's coming out. When's it coming out?
June 19th, 2026.
June 19th, 2026. I can't wait that long. I can wait, but it's going to be good. Yeah. My hair looks insane.
He's so good. Don't forget, he's hosting the Oscars in a few weeks too.
Yeah.
All right, and speaking of movies, I think we talked about this Wuthering Heights and
did.
the hype for it. Well, it opened over last weekend, and it did miss expectations, but it still was the number one overall. It was the number one overall hit. It opened at number one in North America.
Right.
And they thought it would make $80 million over the weekend and made half that, but still, a win's a win. And we'll see more people hopefully coming and see it. I haven't seen Wuthering Heights yet. I have not found a date to it. Hit me up at Matt Brown 300 if you want to make this possible. So, this movie based off a book, it has Jacob Elordi and Margot Robbie, arguably two of the best looking people alive today. So those two in this, I mean, I don't know, is it a love story? I've heard people complain about the authenticity of it being faithful to the source material, but I heard it was a solid okay. That's what I heard. I will definitely let you all know when I see it, and I'm excited. So it has a 59 on Rotten Tomatoes. That's not good, but
Not great.
the consensus is liberally adapting Emily Bronte's classic story with a heavy dose of carnality and chick stylization. Emerald Fennell's Wuthering Heights might not be the stuff of high literature, but it is a visually vibrant pleasure. So basically, what I'm hearing, and it's so horny, it's hot, it's steamy, and that's what gets people into the theaters.
I heard
hopefully
it's sad.
maybe
The
it
book
is.
is not romantic.
Yeah,
Oh,
I
you-
heard it's like dark. Like it's
Yeah.
very like
I've not seen the movie, so I
it's
can't
not a
comment
love
on that.
story, they said.
But no, it's
not a love story.
It's
No,
really
it's
not
not.
a
Oh,
love
I'm
story.
disappointed.
It's
Not
a
a love
gothic. It's
story.
really a gothic novel, one of the earlier ones, and Emily Bronte is a a gothic novelist by trade. So I'm curious to see how hot they made it, because that's not
Well,
that wasn't her intention.
okay. Well, then this could lead to a conversation because the clip I have to show, this
Okay.
bootleg clip that has
Yeah.
at this moment 7 million views. And the only thing people are talking about, and this might be an example of a movie marketing, the movie being marketed completely different than what it actually is. But this scene, I won't lie to you, it's a hot scene. And if you have a problem with it, close your eyes for the next 25 seconds, which I'll
Until
show
you hear
you right
Jacob
now.
Elordi stop.
They have this.
Oh.
So just right from the theater.
All right.
Oh my goodness.
Everybody gets their lotions out.
Go.
You're telling me this isn't a romance? It's
Well,
not even
right.
erotic.
No, it is. I mean, they are together, right?
Wait,
there
first
is.
before anything, damn, that was something else. And I love the number one thing that someone commented when you have people live your dreams. Yeah, I'm sure Jacob Elordi was like 16 years old when The Wolf of Wall Street came out.
Yeah.
Those scenes, Margot Robbie in that, which is beyond her being drop dead gorgeous, obviously a great role. And then he gets to literally do this for a 2-hour movie. I mean, again, nobody cares what the plot is, quite frankly, with Wuthering Heights. They just want to see that. And I'm sure whether you want to do the incel route and getting your lotions, or if you're on a date and two consenting adults are like, let's reenact that, it's getting people talking. Because I'm sure a lot of people who watch that are like, bump, bump, bump. In the heart, by the way.
Yeah.
So,
or somewhere else. Yeah. Yeah. So
it's sad to hear that it's sad, if that's the case.
I mean, there is romance, and sad is not necessarily the right term, but it's melancholy.
People literally sobbing on TikTok saying how sad the movie was, and to not just go into it thinking it's going to be like a happy love story.
Oh, it's definitely not meant to be a happy love story.
Did they talk about the scene I just showed?
It's like,
Man.
I don't really know the way, because there's like different
Actors.
perspectives too, but I would say it's melancholy, right? It's not sad, but it's also not like a chick flick happy romance where they end up, you know what I mean? So yeah, it's atmospheric. Actually, kind of like what the thing said. It probably looks really good because the story itself, I actually did like it. I hated Wuthering Heights in high school. I thought it was
Yeah,
really,
well, that was a book you read in high school. Maybe I was just in the dumb people class. I didn't read.
I
that
did
in
read it in high school. Yeah.
Did any of you? Did House and Jose read it?
No.
Nope.
I guess maybe it was the Smarty Pants class Ryan was in.
I believe I read it in what's it called?
Honors English 3.
No, Honors English 2.
See?
I'm fairly confident that's when I read it. But I didn't like it, to be clear. But descriptive, like it's very descriptive. It's a very visual book, like when you read it. And so I could see it probably looking really good, because if you're reading the source material and you can probably replicate a really cool idea of what the Wuthering Heights, which is the name of the estate, by the way, is. One of the big things is that Heathcliff is supposed to be ambiguous in terms of his race. Obviously,
Just
Jacob
like
Elordi.
me.
Yeah, Jacob Elordi's a white dude, so that's one of the things that people didn't like.
When they were making this film, they said, "We don't give a fuck. We are
Right.
getting these two beautiful people,
and they are gonna
do
bone.
this."
Yes, that's what it sounds like they probably did. But yeah,
Okay, Jose and Alison, are you interested in seeing this? I watch any
If
movie.
it comes out on a platform, yeah, but I'm not going to go to the theater to see it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Okay.
same. I probably want my lotion in my bed. So if it's on any streaming service, I'll be good to go.
Well, they were really into it. I assume from that scene They must
Try
have good
watching it with
chemistry.
Brett.
Yeah, right. Yeah,
Poor Brett.
I mean, they were really into it. But I guess the life of an actor. Okay. And watch out, Jacob Elordi. Rumor that he was offered bond.
Yeah,
What a
I saw
run
that.
he's on. The
I
generation.
know.
I like him.
He's doing well right now. He's
And
the
if he wins an Oscar in a few
noms.
weeks,
That'd be crazy. I don't think he will, but I'm pulling for him, but I don't think he will.
sweet. Okay. So college, right? College. Interesting place. We had a situation at the University of Iowa, not Caitlin Clark related.
Yep.
So a hazing scandal tied to a University of Iowa fraternity is blowing up online right now after police body cam footage was released and it went viral. So the incident actually happened back in November 2024. Police and firefighters responded to a fire alarm at the Alpha Delta Phi fraternity house in Iowa City. Instead of a fire, officers found 56 pledges in the basement, those trying to join the fraternity. Many shirtless, blindfolded, and covered in substances later described as food and alcohol. The pledges stood silently and didn't respond to officers at first, which police described as eerie. Officers asked whether anyone was against their will. The group answered that no one was. When the officers could be heard reacting, what the fuck did I just walk into? But now the footage was actually released and it caused debate about fraternity culture. So if anybody wants to see really quick what happened, this is the incident I just read right here.
Does anyone want to be forthcoming on what's going on?
Hey, this stops here, guys. This is a police department. This stops here. Who's in charge?
They're upstairs.
How about we start cleaning this up. Everyone take their blindfolds off. Shit. I've already given multiple commands to clear the room and get out of here, but no one's moving. Apparently they're taking this pretty serious.
Yes.
You in charge?
You said.
Still haven't found out who's in charge?
Might want to ask our house dad.
Where's he at?
Summit. Working at Summit.
Summit, that's cool.
So,
So,
you have
obviously,
someone else coming here?
yeah, lieutenant's coming.
Okay, cool. Yeah.
Definitely figure out why you wouldn't let me pass you initially.
Questionable.
Yeah.
I get it.
So later in the clip, they asked if they could contact him. This, I guess, it was at 1 a.m, and the guy actually said, "Oh, it's late. I can't call him."
He said he didn't have his number at one point.
Yeah, so weird. And just regarding this, the fraternity has been suspended till 2029, and there was one person who was arrested regarding there was a 21-year-old man who was arrested for allegedly interfering with officers, but charges were later dropped.
The raspy guy, the kid with the raspy voice in the video we just watched, he was arrested and then charges were dropped.
Yeah, so listen, I am a fraternity man, a proud one. I enjoyed my time in Greek life. I think there is a lot value that comes with it, especially depending on the school you go to. Regarding this situation, obviously, hazing culture has been around forever. Now, I'm not someone who will condone or endorse hazing, but it's just so broad. And there's various opinions regarding fraternity culture. I don't talk about my fraternity life anymore. Obviously, when I was in college and then a few years after when I talk about it, but that was just a part of my life. And that era is done. But those who are really hating on the culture, those who think it's dumb, listen, whatever somebody wants to do is up to them. And we don't know what exactly happened with the incident. All we know is they were blindfolded and had food and alcohol on them. We've heard hazing rituals get really bad, from elephant walks to people having violence. Then we hear more military-based, like physical training, or whatever these people are doing. But at the end of the day, people will always have something to say about Greek life, and it's not going to go anywhere anytime soon. Unfortunately, stuff like this happens. Obviously, again, we don't condone violence or making people uncomfortable or any misconduct that regards fraternity culture. That's definitely a fair criticism of it. But at the end of the day, whether it's with your brother or sister, um, you let them do what they want to do with their life. And some people might find it weird. That's fine, your opinion. And then some people like the camaraderie Greek life brings. But that's how I think of the situation. And again, it's never gonna stop. People are gonna continue their traditions forever. Fraternities mean a lot for Greek life. Does mean a lot to certain people. So, um, let them do what they want.
So I do think, and I don't, maybe you said it and I just didn't hear you. The original call was a fire call.
Yeah, exactly.
So I'm torn between two things. One, it didn't really look like there was getting into that much shit down there. I mean, they were probably drunk and underage, so I guess that's something. But like that's every college party. That's not just fraternities. Um, but like yeah, nobody looked like they were getting beat or whatever. The blindfolds are weird. But on the other hand, you're a cop who shows up at this, house thinking there's a fire, right? You're called because there's a fire. Obviously, there was no fire. The alarm just went off. Maybe they pulled the alarm. I don't know. But you think there's a fire. You go in this house. You got a kid blocking, as we heard, he was blocking the door to the basement. So then they get into the basement and they see these kids, and you're like, all right, well, maybe these kids are just hiding from the police in the basement. So everybody get out. Nobody moves. Take your blindfolds off, get out. Still nobody moves. Again, there's a fire, technically, is why you're there. And nobody tried to leave a burning house. Air quotes on burning house. Obviously, the fire wasn't real. It is weird. I don't know, I don't know why that kid got charged. Because I don't know what crime was being committed that they were investigating, unless they thought one of those kids pulled the fire alarm. But it's a weird scenario. I don't know what I would do. If I walked in thinking there was a fire and I found a bunch of kids standing there weapon style in the dark, I'd be a little freaked out. I think I'd just leave and be like, all right, well, I don't want to deal with any of this, so goodbye. But I'd also make a really bad, I would probably be really bad at that job. So I don't know. But
It's
to
also
me,
too Greek life being an easy target, and anytime whether
well, the online pylon, yeah, that's because Greek
Yeah.
life's an easy target. But again, these cops didn't target the house; they were responding to a call. You know what I mean? Like the call was real. It wasn't like they're like, "Oh, we're gonna check this Greek house out, see if anything weird's going on." They went because they were told to go by dispatch, and then this is what they walked into. So I don't want to blame them too much. I think the pylon now on social media is because people have opinions on Greek life.
Yeah, that's where it mostly comes from.
But
And again,
it is weird. I will say, and again, I'm not saying Greek life is weird. This video is weird. They're like half dressed in the dark with blindfolds. That's strange. I'm gonna say that, and I'm sorry for anyone who did that or whatever and gets offended. That's a weird thing to do. It's not hurting anybody, so I don't know what the crime is in having it happen, but I don't get it. I think that's a strange thing to do with your friends. But
yeah, definitely, I definitely agree with that too. That is weird. And again, I don't know if whatever they had to do to try to earn their brotherhood, fine. But if that's what you want to do, that's your decision.
well, yeah, as long as you're not hurting anybody, which that didn't appear to be.
Yeah. Anyways, so the next thing, I've seen a popular meme going around. What would said famous person look like if they were born in another country? That's something that's going on with AI now. And I think the president of the United States is probably his version of this is the most popular. And whether you see this and you want to dislike or like or boo, I encourage whatever you want. But it is pretty funny what AI can do.
Did he
And
post
this
it? Sorry, I
no,
just want. Okay, just curious.
no, this is some other person.
Okay.
This is what Donald Trump would look like if he was born in other countries. And they have the names. If he was born in Venezuela, Donaldo Tomero Bolivar. Dmitry Trumbo from Russia. Donald Trumper
That's all
from
right.
India. Donald Trumpes from Mexico.
That looks like he could do that right now. Oh,
Donaldo Trumbi from
fuck off.
Italy.
He would never
Donald
look like
Trumby.
that.
Dominique Trompa. from
Trumpo.
France. Trumpo, I don't know. I don't speak French. Donald Trump from Germany.
Why is he skinny in all of these?
AI does that for you.
Oh, not this one.
I'm not going to do an accent for this. Dong La Di Tulan from China. That's Jackie Chan.
Wow.
From Iran, Donald Tromarni Farzad. Donald Trumpa from Brazil. I can't do an accent here. Donado Trumpapu from Japan.
I feel like these names might be kind of fucked up.
Donald Trumpezi from Argentina. Donat Trumpogolu from Turkey. And definitely not this one. Donald Okorompa from Nigeria.
I don't think that one's allowed.
And then Sir Donald Trumpton from England.
Okay, but like you see in that one, right? He's from America, from the United States. We look pretty much the same, us white people from here and us white people from there. And this guy looked totally different. Why would he suddenly look that much different if he was born in London versus New York City? That doesn't make sense. Some of them make sense. Like, obviously, if he's Chinese, he's going to look different. But I don't know. And also, did you notice the Latin American ones were just kind of him with a big old beard? You notice that? And same with Italy, too. Most of those were just Donald Trump with a beard. And obviously, like 20 pounds shaved off his, But anyway.
Hey. AI, man. So, we finally have a release date for Grand Theft Auto 6. As of now. Maybe it's delayed, but they said no further delays. It is exactly 9 months from this recording. November 19th, 2026. We are getting Grand Theft Auto 6. Allison, first off, I know you're excited for this. How are you feeling about the big news about Grand Theft Auto? And will you be taking the day off to play on Thursday, the 19th?
No, I don't even play that.
What do you play?
I don't. I played the other day. I played oh my god, what's the shooting game? There's so many.
The shooting game.
There is a lot.
I don't know. It was Call of Duty or something. I don't remember.
Okay. It's probably Call of Duty.
It was fun.
See?
I only played it though because Brett wanted to play.
I
was being nice.
Oh man.
Does he make you play Fortnite?
No, thank God. I said I didn't want to play that.
Yeah, I'm excited for GTA 6. This will be a week before Thanksgiving. So, are we going to see a lot of people take that week off now? You know what? We're done. It's Grand Theft Auto week.
Probably, because when we were in college when GTA was.
Yeah, it was the first month of college, freshman year, when GTA 5 came out.
I know kids at my school who failed out of English class because they missed basically 2 full weeks of school playing GTA.
That's so weird. Listen,
it's so weird.
A couple of hours.
Right, just go to class. I mean, again, you're in college, you never go to sleep, right? You stay up and play the game, then you just go to class. That's what everybody else did. No, I mean, I didn't have my Xbox until my senior year, actually, so or junior year, one of those years. So I didn't do that, but other people did, right? And I'm just like, yeah, I don't. 2 whole weeks. This one, he failed. He literally did not pass the class. He had to take it again because GTA came out. He told people he was going to do that too. He said, "I've got to play the game."
That's more important.
There was a couple people I know who skipped that week. This one kid did it
He skipped
extra.
a semester.
Yeah, he did extra, and I think he wasn't far enough ahead to take that much time off. You know what I mean? I think he might have been skating by to begin with.
What I liked GTA is I feel it has a special place in a lot of people, millennials' hearts.
Especially men.
And
Yeah.
we will see what happens, and hopefully they do not change it. I feel like I guess they can, but this is your date. Stick to it. We've waited.
So
this
long.
will now be 13 years in between games.
So long.
And that's been literally the joke for the last 10 years. We got this before GTA 6. We got
There
that
are-
before GTA 6.
There are kids who are going to play this game. This will be one of their first mature video games that they'll ever play, who were not born when the last one came out.
That's weird. That is very weird, man.
Because think about it, like 13 years old, 14 years old, that's like the first time you play a game like that. It's definitely the first time I played San Andreas was around 14 years old, right? And so it's like,
Classic.
yeah, quite literally, this game is going to be
a big fucking deal.
For some people, their first kind of mature game, and they weren't even born when the first one came out.
That is going to be the thing we're going to talk about 9 months from now. And I haven't had a system in a long time. I will get a PlayStation 5 for this game.
Wow.
And I haven't played video games in 5 years.
I'm
I will
big
beat you in
steps.
I will beat you in Madden. I will beat you in 2K. I'll beat you in the show. I'll beat you in WWE 2K,
Incorrect.
UFC. Yes, I will. I'm really good at the sports video games, even in my hiatus. So I look forward to bringing those back, and GTA. All right. So I have two hilarious dating relating things to share. First, we had one guy who took a big swing. I never got to this day. How come people feel if you see an attractive waitress, for guys or girls, where, listen, I know how I'll attract this person. I'm going to write my number on the receipt for the tip. I've never heard once that working out. I'm probably wrong. I'm sure it's worked at least
I've heard
or
it
twice.
once. I've heard
Oh,
of one person.
yeah.
I'll tell you offline, but I know this person like in real life. It's not like online.
Are they a good-looking person?
I mean, you know this person too.
Oh, I'm not interested. Okay, so we had this person who gave this waitress $1,000 tip and gave them their number. $1,000, a $39 bill. I'm gonna give this person $1,000.
It feels illegal. It feels like he's buying something.
Yeah, literally buying your love. And you know what? I am very glad about the result because it turned into this response. Hi, it's Trinity. I have a boyfriend, sorry, but thank you so much for the tip, love. We needed our rent paid for the next month.
That's great. I mean, yeah, she's not required to do anything. Hey, honestly, she texted
I wouldn't
him.
have texted.
That's more than
she
I
has
would have
his
done.
number.
Yeah, that's more than I would have done. So, baby steps.
And the other thing I have related here, Ryan even shared this with me, so good job there. We had this person who got stood up on a date. The worst. Where I already see from the vibe that this didn't work out. So it looks like this was a girl.
A girl, yeah.
Who hit this guy up.
Mhm.
And I like her attitude on this. So she reached out to Zach. Who, I mean, first in Zach, if you have, let me say one thing. If you have a girl really into this, confirming with you, saying we're going to do this, that, and the other, bro, at least stay right away if you actually like her or not, because not everybody gets that. There's a lot of usually a guy trying to please a woman. Well, this girl like is totally into it. So that's already the fumble there. And then we have
guys
this.
suck too. I think that's the reality. Is most of y'all on the app suck.
Be
That
better.
could be another thing there. So we have this. Same place, 7 p.m. Perfect. She said, still on? How we feeling? Are you on your way? Should I close my tab? I'm holding the table 1 more hour, then I'm out. They are asking me to give up the table. Should I wait?
But what's
Or
important?
maybe this could be a gay person too. So same thing.
Could be.
I think it's more of that if this Evan is telling the
True,
truth.
if their name is Evan. But what's funny about this is if you're able to zoom in, but if not, there we go. So they texted multiple times throughout the next day, making it sound like they were still at the restaurant. So that was why I laughed. Like I said, 6:30, they were like still on.
1
Then it
more
was
hour
like,
and I'll wait.
yeah, then like 11. But so when she said, or whenever they said 1 more hour and I'll wait, that was the next day at like 8 a.m., which is really funny. There was, what was it? I forget what the very first text in the morning came at like a stupid early time too, like a 6 a.m. text.
Mhm.
Like, I'm closing my tab. You know what I mean? Like stuff like that. That's really funny. I mean, obviously you have to have a good sense of humor to do that when you got stood up, but still.
Yeah, while I don't approve of most of the time of blowing up people's phones, I think this is totally fine for someone who stood you up.
Yeah, they stood her up or them up.
Yeah, for all you know, that was their way to make sure you're at least safe. So good
Yeah,
job
true.
to Evan. Okay. We have the Olympics going on. Who's been watching the Olympics? Nobody?
Only a little.
Nope.
I watched a little bit at the very beginning, and now I've kind of just stopped.
Yeah. Fair. At least you're honest. I haven't watched a lot of Olympics either. I did watch shouts to our lady hockey players who won the gold. I did see that. Beat Canada in overtime with a pretty sick play to win it also.
Take
That was
that,
cool.
Canada.
So one of the things we've been learning and stuff, obviously it's been a horny Olympics. 10,000 condoms all used within the first few days.
There you
They're
go.
all all horny Olympics. You get all
I mean,
those young,
everybody,
fit
they're just
people.
showing how hot people are in the Olympics. That's what I've gotten. I've either gotten someone actually getting a win,
Right.
or, you know, like the cool skiing we've seen, or like, hey, look at this person's big ass. Look at this guy's
Sometimes
big
both.
biceps. Yeah, like, right?
It's like Jake Paul's fiance or whatever. She won and is pretty attractive. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So I did want to share this. I thought it was hilarious. Bobsledding, right? There's the bobsledding and then the luge. One with the luge where you have the people literally on top of you in skin tight clothes and you have to go down this bobsled. I am baffled that's a thing. It's been a thing since like the 60s.
Yeah. It's been around a long time.
And then people just doing that. And then I liked seeing Colin Jost from SNL talk about his experience bobsledding. And for a little bit in my life, I thought, man, that actually kind of looks kind of fun. And then I second guessed it after watching this.
I went from start point 1 at the top with a very gifted driver, thankfully, Brian Burkhorn. And I was not prepared for the level of terror of this bobsled. I swear to God, I thought I was going to die. I thought my back was going to snap in half. I thought my bones were going to fly off my body and be littered all up and down the bobsled track. It was by far the scariest experience I've ever had in my life. Oh my God! I went down.
Did you see us, meaning Team USA men, mess up our bobsled?
I think I did. Like, I legit crash.
There's another
They
thing.
fell out of it.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
There's another
You okay?
thing where it's like the
everyone was fine.
opposite.
Let me see if I can find that. I mean, I doubt you'll be able to put it on, but it's one of the craziest freaking. I watched it happen, and then I watched it many times over. Yeah, I just happened to have it on.
Allison, I'm sorry, you were saying.
Sorry,
something?
yeah, go ahead.
No, there's like another thing. It's like it's like bobsledding, but you're like your stomach is touching the ground.
Oh yeah. Again, what was wrong with regular sledding and tubing? I'd never personally gone skiing. I never put my foot in a ski before. So
I've never been
none of
skiing
it.
either.
Wait,
Yeah.
really?
Yeah, I
No,
know. Is
not
that
once.
because growing up I was always on like tournament sport teams and like I was like a very viable player and my coach always said no, like you can't go on like the ski trip or go skiing because you can't get hurt. And I'm like,
Yeah.
okay, sounds good.
That happened to my sister actually, and then she ignored it and got hurt.
Yeah, that's what I
So
was
just
worried
like what's her
about.
name who did that got
Yeah. I did send it, Matt, if you want to look at it later, but man, that was a crazy. They just all fell out. There was one guy didn't fall out. Then he had to go down. He had to go down the rest of the thing by himself. It's crazy. In I don't think that video has it, but the full commentary from like the British guy that I was watching do it, he was explaining like this bobsled, even though it's got less weight, so it's not going as fast as some other ones, it's still going like fast.
Well, that's still
And
like
no, but they all fell out, so there was disqualification, I think. But so you're stuck on this sled. But here's the thing: the brake is in the back of the bobsled.
I'll just show the clip.
Yeah.
And then but yeah, I mean a lot's going on with it. And all that training only to not even
get in
get
the
that
damn
far.
sled.
Yeah, again, I just had it. We just lost it. Hopefully this is the load right now that we can see it. But yeah, I mean I already hate the snow and playing a whole sport amongst it is
Yeah,
enough
it's
right now. At least I
yeah.
really hate it at this point in my life. Maybe I'll like it again.
Brett
The
likes the
snow?
shuffleboard people.
Oh,
The
the
Yeah.
curling.
Curling, that's
Oh,
what
yeah,
it is.
The curling.
I saw we won. America won on that, so good job.
And then Canada cheated and got disqualified, and then their defense was somebody put a camera there to catch us cheating, and I'm like, that's a horrible defense. That's swear to God, their defense is Sweden. They're blaming Sweden. Put a camera there where they put it specifically to catch them cheating, and I'm like, yeah, probably because they knew your ass was going to cheat. How is that a defense? You cheated, and you're like, well, you tried to catch me cheating. If you didn't, you wouldn't have seen it. And I'm like, well, yeah, but that's wrong. Anyway,
Who said once, if you're not trying to cheat, you're not trying.
not cheat. If you ain't cheating, you ain't trying. That's someone. Someone said that. Who knows who?
Sounds like Ric Flair.
It feels very Ric Flair, doesn't it?
Oh my God. Okay. Sorry, this is giving me some difficulty.
Yeah, don't worry about that. But long and short of it, I'm sorry, I can just tell you.
Yeah, it's just a lot of crash. So you see a bunch of people trying to get in the sled,
And
then everybody falls out of it.
Except for the driver.
So
the driver had to go by himself, and then he had to climb through the sled to get to the back to hit the brake. Because the steering wheel or whatever is in front, but the brake's in the very back. So he had to pull himself back there to stop it. It was pretty cool. I mean, we should give him a medal. Just him, because that was crazy that he had to do all that by himself. But yeah, everybody else fell out right at the beginning. It's pretty funny.
Oh well. All right, let's see. I could quickly sneak this in. We have right here, even though the chat feature's been giving me some issues.
My chats don't. They want me to encrypt it or whatever, and it's a whole thing.
Well, I
That's
guess
all right.
another time. So I'm gonna do the rare wrestling story only because, and I think this will actually really relate to everyone.
Okay.
Even
They're
Allison.
wrestling.
That's right.
Every once in a while, I question why I like this shit.
I question it all the time for y'all, but that's okay.
I'm definitely vocal on how I'm the anti-establishment when it comes to fandom with WWE. And we have these two wrestlers named Becky Lynch and AJ Lee who've been around a long time. Even though I don't agree with the sentiment, but I know they have a large following. Legends and whatever. But even this, I see they're doing a promo getting ready for a match that even Allison is like, what The fuck is this? Look at this horrible promo.
Come on, Becky. Take your shot.
Take your shot.
Swing, Becky, swing. I'm right here in front of you. You talk a big game when you're so far away. I'm standing right here. Swing, Becky.
Ugh. I'm gonna.
I'll put my hands behind my back.
I can't. I have to last 30 extra seconds. What the fuck?
You think I don't know the game that you're playing, huh? Yeah, I know what it is. I know. You want me to beat you up so that you have an excuse that you can get the job done at Elimination Chamber. That's what you want. So that you can't even make it to Elimination Chamber.
Oh my god, this is cringe. Why she's moving around like a shirt, and then she says no one leave. Good, boo them. That I was very close to being actually serious and not watching this anymore. That was horrendous. That would do the complete opposite of a promo. That tells us why you shouldn't watch us. On that, there was so incoherent. There was no aura. That was bad.
Yeah,
that was the worst thing I've ever seen in 5 years of wrestling.
I mean,
the last 5 years.
But it's up there. It's bad. Obviously the match will be fine because the two people involved
I don't give a
are
fuck
wrestlers,
about the match from that
okay.
or anybody else. Even if I understand if I show this, it's already hard enough to convince people to at least give wrestling 2 minutes.
No, I wouldn't
but
show this to somebody. Yeah,
this is like
not the one I would pick.
I don't want to hang out with you anymore because you like this.
Yes.
Somebody will say.
So, like I said,
we don't cover wrestling anymore for stuff just like that.
Right. So I will say that was obviously very bad.
Bad. That was a disgrace. An
they could
embarrassment.
definitely fix it.
Stupid.
There's like it wasn't like it's not even like it couldn't be better. Just don't overact the entire time. You know what I mean? Sentiment's fine.
Quit.
But
be an influencer.
Well, no. Again, they're very good at wrestling itself, so I wouldn't.
Who would want to see the rest? Who wants to see their moves after that?
No one's going to see either one of them at the show. That they're not selling the show anyway. But
there's only the tribal chief left to give wrestling anything worth watching. And he only shows up 5 times.
Yeah, everyone
put your ones up. Everyone
point up.
Exactly. Thank you.
That's all Matt likes about wrestling. Everybody
that
put
is right.
finger up.
That's what 10,000%.
But no, in all seriousness, what I would say
you can't even defend it.
No, but I'm not trying to defend it because it's not good. I don't know why.
You're at a loss for words because that took brain cells out of your brain watching that.
So I'm not. Again, it's not a loss for words. It's just obviously if they wanted to fix it, they could just be better at acting.
I've seen paint dry being more interesting. At least they had some character to it.
Right. So what I'm saying is, I just feel like if you're, I'm trying to take a more universal approach. If you're not a fan,
stay
and you turn it on.
Look at something else.
Right, and you turn it on, and that's what you see. I would just say, don't judge the entire show off of what was probably at most 4 minutes.
My opinion, that's all you're gonna see, except the tribal chief.
And that would be my advice. Also, if you go to wrestling expecting world-class acting, now that's bad. They should be better than that. But if you're expecting, Succession levels of acting in a professional wrestling ring, you are going to be disappointed.
I mean, I don't think a lot of people expect that, but you at least need to be lost into the. You need to at least be interested in what they're doing.
Yes,
and they literally gave you anytime now for the rest of my life. If somebody was so into wrestling, you show that clip.
Yeah, no, it was bad.
It's very rare to see. I don't think in a predetermined fake sport like wrestling is, you can't strip somebody's Hall of Fame status away. You could do that on the pro level in actual sports, but that was so bad I wouldn't even put him in a Hall of Fame.
Yeah, I know.
Even on the fake Hall of Fame.
Yeah, you've been on a kick about that for a few days now.
Listen, there are people I do like to see, especially from the female side. Chelsea Green is awesome. Jade, Bailey.
You never see Jade. She don't do nothing.
Stephanie Vecchio. They're all great. She does better doing nothing than what I saw of them doing something.
That's pretty good. No, I mean, like I said, that was very bad. I wouldn't judge the whole thing off that if you're interested. if you are a fan trying to get more people interested, definitely don't show them that.
That was
But
bad. That really offended me. How awful that was.
yeah, and then my last bit of advice is don't get offended by bad pro wrestling. There's too much
Yes,
bad
you
pro wrestling.
can.
There's
Because
too
that
much.
is 10 minutes of my life I will never get back.
There is too much bad
It's
professional
gone.
wrestling. There's
I
too
need
much
those 10
bad.
minutes.
Okay. There's too much bad professional wrestling to get mad about all of it. You'll
During
be mad
that
forever.
time I was losing brain cells.
Exhibit
One
A.
of those cells could have turned me into a billionaire because I thought of something better than wasting my time on that.
Like I said, Exhibit A. There's too much bad wrestling. You can't let it consume you.
I mean, we'll be able to sleep after that, but
I know you will.
now
I'm just saying.
Allison's Yay Wrestling, actually, I'm listening to that a little more now. I listened to it before, but now she's like, yeah, she's got a point.
I mean, she always had a point.
Well, you know what I mean. I'm saying, yes, I agree she had a point too, but I'm saying like, maybe I really do need to reconsider it, you know?
I don't. I feel like that's an overreaction.
Do you know what I'm saying, Allison?
I've been telling y'all this for so long.
Yeah, and now I did agree to an extent. Now, here it is. You had my curiosity, but now you have my attention with that.
Well, like I said, that feels. Again, I haven't watched in months, but that feels like an overreaction.
You should stop watching. You should never go back.
I can't stop watching something I don't watch. But
when you reconsider, when Brock and all the people you hate are long gone, then you might want to reconsider again. Maybe your children into it. Tell them no. We are going to watch finance videos, or we're going to do. Something educational.
I would watch that every day over finance videos on YouTube.
Well, guess what? You are wasting your time.
This is coming from a non-numbers girl. I would rather watch the fucking finance videos than the stuff I just saw.
Thank you, Allison. I'm with you. I'm legit too.
Go for it. I don't know why
That's
you don't
right.
want anything fun or whimsical in your life. You want just numbers.
But that's not fun.
No, I mean, listen, that's not
so
what I would.
awful.
That's not what I would pick to choose if I was watching wrestling. But I'm saying, if my options are factually that clip or finance videos, and that's
that
it.
truly is the worst wrestler clip I've seen in my life. I'm trying to really think what was worse than that.
Worse than that. That's
and
a
I'm
tough
not trying
one,
to think of recency bias. I'm not putting recency bias. That was just the worst thing.
The belt swap, which actually also had Becky on it. That was pretty bad.
Oh, here we go. Thank you for
the belt swap was
proving my
pretty
point.
bad.
Overrated.
What else is bad? I mean, the gobbledygooker.
That was offensive to put it on a streamer.
The gobbledygooker.
They actually put the code to put that video on. Was a waste of time. That microphone needs to be thrown away.
Oh, you remember the green, not the green, the gold egg or whatever? That one was good.
I
That was
don't know
pretty
what
bad.
that is, but it's probably better. So that's enough complaining. And moving on to other things. Like questions of the day. I have a question. If somebody, let's go back to the social media theme. You know, we see people who see stories, right? If somebody constantly looks at your story from your past, right? You know this person and you don't talk for whatever reason anymore. Should you reach out to them and say, hey, why are you looking at my story?
No.
No.
God,
God, no.
idea.
Really? I didn't expect that
My
response.
ex-boyfriend looks at my stuff all the time and follows me, and I don't follow him. We broke up like years and years ago.
That's
and
a
he
lot.
always likes and views my stuff, and I am not reaching out. No.
Well, then I understand in that point. Yes, don't do that.
Well, I'll make a more broad point then, not ex-boyfriend specific. If you do that, right? So you see this person is always watching your stuff, and you reach out to them. One of two things is going to happen. Neither of them are good. Number one, you don't want to talk to them again, but now you've just restarted a conversation. Or number two, they don't want to talk to you, and now you're bothering them. If they're not messaging you, do not message them. Take the likes, take the views, and don't worry about who they're from. If you haven't talked for 10 years and you don't, certainly don't message them and be like, why are you liking my stuff? That is literally never a good question to ask.
So always let them stalk. That's the lesson.
Yeah, because honestly, yeah, you could block. But honestly, the answer, if you go, why are you always liking my stuff? The answer is either they're madly in love with you and you don't feel that way, right? Like they're
Yeah,
actually stalking you. Or two, they're looking to pick a fight and you have literally just started it. One of those two is true. That's the only reason. So I would say there's
I
no
hear
good way
I
to bring
see.
that conversation up.
There's like I have
Okay, I won't message my ex, Ryan. Thank you.
Well, that's yeah, I mean,
that's funny you
all
say
separate,
that because I
too.
told you about one person who I didn't where we matched, we talked, did not turn into anything. It got awkward. They kept every time they would look for me on a dating app, like it, like me and stuff. And then I finally said, "Hey, well, I guess I answered my own question." I say, "Hey, what are you doing?" And then she yelled at me for whatever. I said, "Okay, whatever. You got your yelling in. I hope you feel better." And then we move on.
Well,
Because
that's dating apps, right? Specifically.
I mean, yeah, but
slightly different because
it is
if
different. But it's the idea
Yeah.
of somebody going out of their
Stalking
way
you.
online
to find
to
you.
say something to you. And I guess this
Yes.
is the case. So, I was thinking about that, so I should just block this person. I don't know why they keep looking at my profile. It's weird. They're one of the first to look at my profile. And yeah, that is some clarity there. I don't get it. You know who you are, looking at my stuff all the time. Stop it.
Oh.
Okay. My next question of the day. Would you rather be 10 minutes late or 20 minutes early for everything?
20 minutes
10
early
minutes
for
early.
everything.
20 minutes early. Because
Good.
people will be mad if you're 10 minutes late, and they won't be mad if you're 20 minutes
All the
early.
time. I heard a funny story about John Cena doing a podcast, and it was just so on brand. He's like, "Listen, I just want to let you know the team said he's going to be there 30 minutes early."
30
and he
minutes
said he
early?
was. Yeah, and he said he was. For some podcast host was talking about when he had Cena on, and they're
That's
like, "Yeah, they
crazy.
told me he's going to be 30 minutes early," and it's like that's so on brand.
It's better now, but in college, I would often get like messages like, "Hey, come, wherever or something," and I'd say on my way. And I didn't do this on purpose, but it became like a known thing for like a lot of people that when I say I'm on my way, I haven't left yet, and I'm about 20 minutes away. And I didn't.
That's my pet peeve.
I
I'd be
didn't even
pissed.
realize that I was doing it either. I would just be like, "Oh yeah, on my way,"
You're
and
right.
then
I
it'd be
hate people
20
who are late.
minutes. People would like they would, but so people started literally setting it like as like, okay, Ryan will be here in 20 minutes, based on my text of I'm on my way, because it was literally
Damn, Ryan, why you do
20
that?
minutes.
What were you
I don't
looking at
know.
for?
Yeah, I have no idea. To be honest with you, but again, luckily I've grown out of that a little bit. But yeah, in college, very specifically, it was Ryan time. I knew that I'm on my way means 20 minutes away. So anyway,
Oh man, Ryan, I'd be pissed.
that's like the opposite. That's like the opposite of
I
this.
hate that. I feel like I've been good with friends who are punctual now, at least now. Yeah, I would be pissed.
Oh, I mean, yeah, I mean, I know people who are very punctual who would not like that. I also know people who are the opposite. They're not punctual at all.
They just don't care. Yeah,
They just don't give a shit. Yeah.
I remember, and there's this one of a very close friend of mine who's not punctual at all, and actually speaking of fraternity things, we had they had it was I think it was the fraternity I was in with Theta Chi. It was their 50th anniversary in Hartford, so they
Mhm.
were actually able to get literally an auditorium full of all Theta Chi brothers throughout the years.
That's cool.
And because I'm with a specific person, we were 20 minutes late, and I remember we walked in the student union where it was almost like we were a celebrity. It was almost like, you know what it was like, actually? I'll say a wrestling reference, even though I shitted on it. It was like watching a wrestler going for his entrance. Everybody look at you walking in. And then I realized, like, yo, and I lied to this day. Anytime we have somewhere to go, I always tell him it's an hour. Let's say the event's at 10 o'clock. I said, no, it's at 11 o'clock. So we're a little closer to that.
So what I will say this though, it was different if I had a time at the beginning. So if like on a Friday, someone said we're meeting at 8 a.m. or 7 a.m. Saturday.
Okay, then fine. Yeah, you could be late for 8 a.m.
No. So I'm saying that didn't happen. So if someone told me at 8 a.m. we have to do this thing on Saturday, and they told me the day before, I won't be late. I'm like, all right, I have to be there. But if I'm just like hanging out and I
Yeah.
get a, hey, why don't you come to, grab something to eat or come get drinks or whatever. Even if I say I'm on my way, that's about a 20-minute timer. That was the way it was in college. It's better now. But yeah, there you go.
Excellent. And my last question is, what's one movie that everyone loves that you think is overrated? Mine is Harry Potter.
I like Harry Potter either.
Yo, disrespect.
That is
Oh, look at me with my wizard. Choo, 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 choo.
Well, you don't like
yeah.
fantasy
Espresso
stuff.
Martona. Whatever.
You're not a big fantasy person. I do think
No,
that there's something to
I was gonna
that.
say also Lord of the Rings.
With the same
I'm still trying to wrap my head around it. I think there's never been one fantasy. I think has to be one I gave it. I'll always give it a chance, but no,
I
I
got
don't
one.
like Harry Potter.
I will say, actually, I don't even, and I do like fantasy. I was never a big Lord of the Rings person either.
Oh, I
so
just like
could,
Frankenstein. That's kind of fantasy. This version, the
Kinda,
Guillermo del
yeah.
Toro.
Kinda, yeah. But I won't use that because you mentioned it. One movie that everybody liked or pretended to like. I think they were pretending.
Pretended to like.
No, I think they pretended.
I'm looking forward to this.
What's it called? The Revenant.
So, yes.
That movie's trash.
At first, I thought it was good, but you're right. Now
that movie's
really...
trash. It's a bad movie.
I won't say it's. I would give it midwit moments.
I know you would. That's what I'm saying.
2.5.
I think even the people who try to be fair.
The last 10 minutes is interesting. The final battle between.
Sure, but it's
Leo
a
and Tom
9-hour
Hardy.
movie.
Oh yeah, it's
I was
a
in that
grueling
theater
watch.
for 100
Well, actually,
hours.
no. The ending was great, and also the one-shot battle scene was incredible filmmaking.
Yeah, but when I went to watch it, I was looking at the filmmaking to some extent, but I don't know. A lot of people that I know, especially, really liked it and were very high on it. And I definitely pretended that I was too. Don't get me wrong. I was like, oh, yeah, absolutely. And I cited those things like the last 10 minutes. But man, I did not give a shit about any part of that movie.
I can understand.
The end was interesting, but I was so over that movie that by the end, I just wanted it to be over.
Out of 5, I'd give it 2.5.
Y'all are gonna hate me.
Ooh.
We talked about the movie earlier in the show. I didn't really dig The Wolf of Wall Street.
I liked that movie.
So
I think it was just like
I can understand why.
like a bunch of people doing drugs and drinking and
yeah, no, that's definitely what the movie's about.
There was like not really a plot.
Yeah, I think that's a fair one. I'm not this Wolf of Wall Street dick rider like fraternities are.
Oh no!
But,
if you're like a hardo about Wolf of Wall Street, then
great.
Yeah, that's
great
different.
Leo performance. Well directed, but it's very long and very strange sometimes, and way too much efforts.
Yeah, they were big on that.
And what was I'm trying to. I also wanted to ask the actual last one. What's the most awkward social situation possible? Not besides what Tony Clark did, being with your in-law, but I guess that's very specific.
That is very specific. Most awkward social situation you can find yourself
I always
in?
think farting. A loud fart is the worst. There's just no way to bounce back. You already know how I feel about hygiene, and even though I guess it's technically healthy to fart, but nah, that ain't it.
Well, you're hygiene, but you're also very specifically smell based.
Oh yeah.
So
if you fart, I don't care if you look like Margot Robbie. I will never associate with you again.
You're a smell based person, even more so than hygiene based. So that makes sense.
Nothing's worse than a bad scent.
I don't know. This is a tough one.
Wait, can you repeat the question?
What's the most awkward social situation you can be in?
It's easy. Going to like in a party, seeing your ex or someone you dated for a little bit in the same
I was gonna
fucking
say
venue.
maybe going to a sex party and seeing someone you know.
That too.
That's a good one.
And I experienced that, so I get it. It's cool.
If anyone's seen Mad Men, we have one of the main characters who ran into his father-in-law at a brothel. I just like, wow.
That's kind of a
You're
lot.
already cheating on your wife.
Right.
And you see your dad cheating on his wife, and you're both at a fucking brothel. Again,
I don't know what I would say to the. I mean, not. I mean, yeah. I don't know what I would say is the most awkward social situation though.
Damn, just because you're never awkward.
Well, I think maybe I'm always awkward, but I don't know.
Hey, that's the best way to go about it.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't.
I mean, yeah, running
genuinely
into
have-
exes that God
Yeah, of
forbid, that's never
course.
happened to me at least. I've never even a regular place.
So this is not the most awkward. But
Oh
this
well,
is. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
I saw somebody I was briefly dating once at the train station. Just walk past her.
No, that's fine.
You didn't say anything?
No.
Oh, I would never okay, motherfucker.
What?
I mean, why would you do that? That's starting shit, Allison. You just
Not
said
really.
nothing.
You're just saying hi.
You said, "Hey, mother." No.
Yeah, like for fun.
I like
"What's up,
this.
motherfucker?" Like for fun.
I don't know that. I mean, it depends on the relationship you cultivated with this person, but that feels less like for fun.
Do it for the plot.
I suppose. This is not the most embarrassing, but this is one that I do actually get embarrassed about quite easily. You ever just like trip? Not like all the way fall down, but like just kind of like trip a little bit while you're walking with somebody?
On the treadmill the other day, it was so
that's a
embarrassing.
Yeah, that's like really embarrassing. Like, and again, it'd almost be better if you did fall, because then be like, "Oh, you okay?" But you just kind of like, "Oh," and then you keep walking and try to pretend it didn't happen, but everybody saw it. That to me, I don't like that.
Dead. I'm dead. All right, let's do our nuclear opinions. Y'all tell me what is on your mind. What hot take you have in this world as we head into the weekend?
Hot take: you can't have the Chicago Bears in Indiana. That's not where they're from. They're from Chicago. We don't need another manufactured, nonsense, nondescript, modern, new era stadium in the middle of a broken industrial town. We have a field. We have it in an iconic American city, the oldest, or certainly one of the oldest franchises in the sport, and you're going to move it to Indiana? And then all these fucking bros online, "Oh, well, no. I get it. You don't like the mayor. You don't like the governor. You don't like Kamala Harris. I get it. I believe you. They are billionaires. There is no financial reason that the owner of the Bears can't just shut the hell up, pay their damn bills, and give the people football and give the NFL one of its like legacy teams. Like, this is not some nothing team either. This is the Chicago Bears. To me, it's insane that there are any people siding with the gazillionaires who own the Chicago Bears. I don't know their names. I don't care to know their names. The fact that any sports fans are pro this move is insane to me. I have to assume, frankly, if you're a fan of this move, then you're not a sports fan. You're a sports gambling fan. You like making money. Because there's no way you like the sport of football and you want the Bears to be in the middle of fucking nowhere, Indiana. So there you go. That's my hot take.
Disappointing that they're doing that. 3 hours away from Chicago, Indiana. I did not
It's
know.
in Gary,
how far...
isn't it?
No, it's in Hammond.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say Gary sucks.
Yeah,
Hammond doesn't look great either, based on the pictures I've seen.
Not that great.
Also, Indiana, by the way, has a team. The one thing if they didn't have a team, okay, now they get a team. No, they have one. Everyone loves them there. This is our team. They had a whole song about it, remember?
Yeah, the Colts.
Yeah, now we have the,
And you got Notre Dame and the reigning national champions, too.
That's right. But we need to add the Chicago Bears to the Indiana roster football team.
The Bears. Oh, my nuclear opinion, Jose, you owe me an apology. You know why? Do you remember we talked about a band named The Paradox, the all black band from Atlanta? And you said they ain't going anywhere. Well, they were number 1 on the Billboard Hot 1 Alternative 100. Shouts to The Paradox.
No matter what you say, I'm
Yeah,
gonna
buddy.
leave right away. No room for second guessing. I hope you get the message.
Right there. Number 1.
I knew that was coming because we talked about it the last episode.
This
We
is
literally
why
planned
Shouts to
that.
The Paradox.
this is why the doomsday clock is at 84 seconds. Right? Just sit there like this.
That's a
Stop.
good one. I'll give you that. But shouts to The Paradox, bro. They're on the rise, saving rock.
He said this is why the.
Well, that's mine. What
Well, I apologize, Matt. I was wrong.
Wow, look at that.
It's okay, Jose.
They still fucking stink though. But
I will disagree with you on that. That is my band.
that's my nuclear opinion. They fucking stink.
I hope you get the message. Listen, I'll tell you one thing. I'll tell you with Taylor, which by the way, I saw that they're manufacturing the Chiefs. They're gonna have the easiest strength of schedule this year. The
They
Chiefs.
gotta get.
I
he's
wonder
back.
why.
He's back for one more season. They've got to give him this win.
You really need Mahomes to have a state of the art ACL surgery to play at the exact same level. If they can pull that off.
Well, what's his name?
There was an actual rumor. Rashid Rice.
Yeah.
There's some bad
Whoops.
stuff. And then they want Tyreek Hill might come back. The Chiefs are a mess. But Kelsey's there, right? There's actual somebody, I'm pretty sure someone made this up out of the blue, that the Jets and Giants were interested in bringing Kelsey in for retirement years because he would be able to live with Taylor in the city. Which I don't even think, is Taylor a city? Does she live in the city most of the time?
Yeah.
Is it?
In Tribeca, yeah, she has a place.
All right, but is that like her main home or, you know,
Yes.
because everybody has lots of homes.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
her
no,
main.
that's her main one.
Well, then I'm pretty, again, I think somebody just made it up that they would take it. Number 1 for the Giants, they got 2 tight ends on the rise, Theo Johnson, Danny Bellinger. But the Jets actually kind of would make sense.
We'll take him. Why not? I mean, no one's gonna throw it to him, but we can take him. Why not?
Well,
Carson's
anyways,
back.
I would say I bring this up because if the Paradox opens for Taylor Swift on her next tour, you will never hear me say a bad word about her ever again.
Oh, interesting.
I think that's a fair compromise, right?
We have to tell her though, otherwise that's not fair. We have to someone has to get the message to her.
Not one bad thing ever again.
Hope you get the message. It's meant to be. We'll figure it out. We'll get it.
That's a good one. All right. I think that's just Allison's left, right?
Mm-hmm.
My hot take is that luxury brands are overrated, like Louis Vuitton, Gucci, and stuff. I would rather just go to Canal Street downtown and buy a fake bag from the people on the sidewalk.
Me and my good friend Gabe used to go down Canal Street to jip those
I
sellers
love
all
it.
the time.
How much is a fake Louis Vuitton bag down there?
$40.
Mine, I paid $45 for
Yeah.
it with the box and everything, and I've gotten so many compliments on it, and it literally looks the exact same.
I remember we tried to get a Hermes belt. Guy, again, I can't do the accents, but every time 40.
Like I posted one time with a Christian Dior bag I got, and someone and my grandma and my mom thought I dropped $6,000 on a bag, and they messaged me and started yelling at me. I'm like, it's not even real. Like, chill out.
Yeah, that is some culture down there.
I freaking love it.
Fun story about, because I don't live in the city. I've never bought from them. But when I was a kid, I went to the city with my mom, and my mom was looking at, somebody had and I don't think it was in Canal Street, somewhere else, but they were set it up on a blanket, and a cop was coming over, And the dude just like one move, grabbed the blanket, threw it over his shoulder, and ran. However, I was looking at something, and so when he did that, the thing came up in a purse, and the whole thing, it just hit me. So it hit me in the face with some random purse, and then the guy ran away. The cop chased him, and then my mom got a free purse.
Nice.
So there we go. That's my experience with the folks selling the fake purses in New York. Is I got hit with one, and then my mom got a free purse.
I gotta take you with me, Ryan, so I can get free person.
Yeah, I know. All it takes is
maybe they think you're a narc, and then they just
no. They were not running from me. There was an actual cop that came by. I just happened to be standing over the blanket when it happened. They had a blanket set up
away.
with them. And,
I know somebody who got Roy bands.
Roy band? I kind of like that actually. They should. I would rock a Roy band. Why not?
And to this day, and it would. And it would peel. And to this day, I love my Ray-Bans. Yeah. And every day, I always double check.
Make sure they're really Ray-Bans. Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Ryan, Allison, and Jose. Incredible stuff. We'll see you next week with a whole new batch of shows. And then we can take the first week off in March. So we'll make the most of it. All the love, everybody. Have a good night. Have an amazing, amazing weekend. And if there's a snowstorm, stay safe.
Stay warm.
Yep.